Welcome back to another episode. Special word of the day, or special phrase of the day. Probably two of the most powerful words you can actually use. Thank you. It's something that is so often missed today because folks feel there's an aspect of kind of entitlement. And this whole idea of being gracious and appreciative for everything that you have, not only the blessings, but the blessings that come disguised as challenges. You also want to say thank you to those things as well. The reason is because that's actually how you grow. You don't grow by kind of all the smooth paths that you actually have in front of you, where everything's just been cleared out. You grow going through the grit, going through the sacrifices you actually have to make. So a small one for me just yesterday was I had contracted out to get carpets cleaned at a rental property that I'm working on, and it got stood up. So I'm kind of scratching my head like, why did that happen? Why that happened? Why that happened? But the very next day, I actually had to move things in. And moving those things in, I recognized that the process of moving things in wasn't actually going to keep the floors that clean. So that was actually a blessing in disguise. It actually made much more sense to get everything that I needed to moved in, at least for that particular room, or actually in the building. Then to actually do the carpet cleaning, let's say room by room at a time, and then move the stuff in there and actually have a clean room when everything actually comes in and approaches. Plus, it also taught me another lesson of phasing an approach. So, and moving everything in and actually help to load the last room first as opposed to the first room. So we have a room all the way in the back, a bedroom that's taking in all the furniture, and it actually makes sense to work on that room first and then start building up the others so that as we finish, we don't have to really worry about having to go over certain things again and again and again. So in any case, long-winded kind of a little story to the whole idea, but the power of a thank you cannot be overemphasized. Not only does it make you feel good for appreciating the blessing, it also lets someone else know that you appreciate them blessing you in one way or another. And I used to have a little joke with, well, not even a little joke, a little contest with my son. He still remembers it, but he doesn't execute it as often. It was a story of the thank you cowboy. And what the thank you cowboy did is every time he received a blessing, he would automatically take those two fingers from the hip and say thank you, kind of just shooting that off, saying thank you. And the first person to say thank you wins. So that's a little game to play. See if you can be the thank you cowboy or the thank you cowgirl in your day, today or tomorrow. And see how it changes how things actually move along. If it's not something that you've used often, get into the routine of it and just put a comment below as far as how did your life or your day change just in using the words thank you. So I hope you appreciated this lesson. It definitely brought me a number of different blessings today, something I will continue to do each and every day, and I hope it actually brings you good fortune as well. So until the next episode,